Hello friends, Namaskar, Debashish Bhattacharya here. We are in this episode going to present a conversation between me and Suryadipta regarding my creations. 4 instruments I have created, namely Anandi, Chaturangui, Pushpa Veena and Gandharvi. In this episode, I would like to give focus on the inspiration, how these instruments came in my mind, where there was no such instrument available anywhere as a reference. So, Suryadipta will ask me some questions. By the way, how are you doing? You are doing well, I hope. The monsoon season is going to be end soon, we hope. And then Durga Puja festival, autumn festival all over the world will start. But you have seen a lot of floods happening around the world. And I pray for all the victims of the global warming and global flood situation around everywhere. Recently we have seen in Morocco and then South Africa and before in Europe, in India. So my prayer to the departed souls and my prayer for the victims as well. So let us start with this little instrument I created and dedicated to the world of music. It's a G Anandi. Anandi is my daughter's name, you know, Anandi Bhattacharya, the singer daughter. I dedicated this instrument to her. This is a playful 4-string. You can tune in anything. It is right now tuned in a minor. You can tune back to a G open. Back to G open. So Anandi, why Anandi? Why this is small guitar? I have a big Chaturangi and big Gandharvi. Then why Anandi? I have seen many Latino musicians playing charango and other small little instruments, beautiful nylon string instruments like ukulele, mandolin. They are open, loud sound and rhythmic power of the right hand plucking gave me such a joy. I wanted to bring that joy back in my Indian guitar fraternity and make it something much newer. Because if you look at my discography, I never played a song which is really popular, 1 million, 5 million view of the song, and I never played cover. Rather than I invested time and my musical intellect to make new songs. So there are songs like that has been very popular. In 6/8 Mixolydian, G Mixolydian scale, or minor in Bhairavi, or when it is a classical, pure Indian classical ethnic concert. I have played the bhajans or the concluding song like simple, loud and high energy. That is the inspiration of making Anandi slide guitar. Going from the small to a bigger creation, Pushpa Veena, the newest of all my creations. Pushpa Veena is the first slide instrument made of hide top and beautiful, unique sound to slide on. Very soft, very delicate, very spiritual sound. I'm just, before talking about the inspiration, inspired by Pushpa Veena, I have created a new rag called Chandra Malika. I will just play a little bit introduction of this rag. Pushpa Veena, the sound of the ancient soul of 6 continents and 6 instruments: banjo, rabab, oud, samishen, sarod and jung from China. So this sound like a sarod for you, if you play sarod or if you have heard sarod a lot from your childhood. But it can also sound like very close to banjo if you are from the banjo gharana, banjo schooling. You have heard or played banjo a lot from your childhood. So the reference what we hear, it always stays and we compare everything to our comfort. So but this is definitely a different sound because it has a lot of soundscape. With lot of bowl you can play, like staccatos you play with rabab or in banjo. Bhairavi. The inspiration is the ancient sound of this soulful music or the soundscape of the past. The medieval sound of the lutes, guitar, and lot of instruments which were more close to each other. The sound comes from there. And the acoustic sound is lovely, so there is no need for putting any pickup or anything. The acoustic sound with a microphone is beautiful. The strings are supported by John Pierce, and also the new Philip Bossett strings are also very suitable for this Pushpa Veena. I hope you enjoy the sound of Pushpa Veena. It has a front chikari like my forte. I play the chikari in the front, and I introduced the double picking on the first string in 1978. Pushpa Veena. The big one, Chaturangui, the prime one. This is my main instrument, Chaturangui, which I have been playing since 1978, and it has evolved and developed.
I have a question here. What was the guitar scenario in 1978 when you first introduced your Chaturangi into the Indian classical music scheme?
Well, later when I went to Ahmedabad, I learned there were two stalwart musicians. One was Nalin Majumdar from Allahabad, who studied also with my Grand Guru Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Sahab, and my Guru Pandit Debashish Bhattacharya, late Pandit Debashish Bhattacharya, who actually is more known to the Indian classical music fraternity because his appearances on stage was much more. He has performed and he has propagated Indian classical guitar more during 60s and 70s in East and West. So apart from there was no Indian classical guitar with resonating strings or chikari in the front or double picking. So everybody used to play. There still people play with this. Some they approximate with the thumb or the finger to make some, but in 1978 there was nobody. So that is why when I see today's young guitar players, 30, 40 age group, some of my students, some of my student or they are inspired by my playing, I really feel grace and very important thing I have contributed to this world of guitar, slide guitar. The double finger picking was not at all. It was absolutely prohibited when I used to started plucking. Absolutely prohibited. My Guru Brij Bhushan Kabra ji has told me not to play. When he saw me playing, he said, "Ye develop karo." But after 2 years or 3 years, when he heard me downstairs playing this so fast and so powerful, gradually he has admitted. So when my guru has admitted, so you can understand that scenario was far in a different idea of slide guitar playing.
My next question is, when exactly and why did you add the front chikari to your slide guitars and your double finger picking? What were your inspirations for adding these?
Okay, front chikari I have added probably a year ago on a smaller Gibson 6-string Hawaiian guitar with a small chikari.
A year before you added the double finger.
Yeah. So basically what happens when you put your hand in the front and you rest your small little finger on the fingerboard, your thumb is restricted to this far from your chikari. So that's why I thought that playing with the chikari in the front will be a better option. It actually gives a fantastic clean sound and absolutely pure 4/4/4/4 in very high speed, like so da chi chi chi, one da and three chi is totally clean. So that is basically the idea, to keep the thumb away into the combination of middle finger and pointer to play on the basic melodic strings, while give the chikari mostly the pointer and sometimes middle finger. So this was probably 76, 77, and then I have worked with many different luthiers. I have given them the idea and the tools and the content, the different imported wood, and give them work. This is called commissioned work. Means when you give somebody to make something for you and you pay for that to those people who work for you, that is called commissioned work. From there, people learned more from those luthiers how to make this instrument, how to get better volume. The total culture I could build up among the luthiers and also with the younger generations.
What inspired you to do the double fingering bowl, and how is it more effective than the two fingers, the index and the...
Actually, a very good question, very viable question. Actually, the ustads of Tantrakari, they developed da and ra, da, 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 and then ra, ra, ra. So da and ra, one is male and one is female. So da is a male and ra is female. When you pronounce it da, it is much powerful, because da and ra, it is little less powerful. So da ra, diri diri da da, diri diri. So it is not ridi ridi. Ridi ridi is not the one. Diri diri. Tana. Ta is bigger than na. Tana, der. So if you go to further back, you will see the tarana. Tarana used the tana der. Dim tom tana der. Oh, der has become dir in the instrument. So dir, di is the emphasis, thumb, and ra is the emphasis little less but prominent with the middle finger. with the pointer. That was my invention during, even in 73, 74. I was 10 years old. I started picking like the sarod bowl. So that's not actually the sarod bowl. That is the bowl kari the khayal and tarana singers used in their tarana. Dim dana nadim dana nadir dim dana nadim dana nadir dani dim dani der na dani nadir dani dim dani der na dani nadir dani dim dana der na dana na dim dana na dana na dim dana na dana dim der dim dum dana der dim. I can say the sarod bowl, when I said, it was more like Ustad Amjad Ali Khan Sahab. When I was a child, I used to hear his sarod recital mostly in the turntable. His new albums used to come, and such a pleasure. The staccato he produced, and my Grand Guru Ustad Ali Abul Khan Sahab's staccato was different, but their staccatos were more rhythmic and rich in rhythmic aspect of enhancing the melody. So that is what I have copied, but then I produced in later in a different way so that it can sound like a guitar, not like a sarod.